No fire report due to absence of chief. Election for fire department to be held in January. Update on new well. At present time, will work manually. Well on northeast 30 has been closed off. Scrap from the well will be sold and deposited into water plant. Last court hearing, Miss Bo's property had been scheduled for a house to be taken down and property cleared after 16th of the month. John Howell has agreed to do the water line on 3rd Avenue West has been cut off. The 3rd Avenue services will be served from new services on 4th Street. No, beaches have been cleaned on 1st Street, 3rd Street, and 4th Avenue. The report has been received on inspection on lift station. McKinnon has sprayed around fence and spray field. Jim O'Brien recommended that police speak to parents instead of children, instead of a child, about skateboarding. He made a motion city allow skateboarding in golf cart and other recreation vehicles on city streets. The motion died for lack of second. Jim O'Brien stated he understood raise was given to city employees without consent of council. He made a motion to go into executive session to discuss employee pay. Motion died for lack of second. Mayor stated meeting was adjourned. Ballots on hand, $635,626.23. In our water fund, there's $362,010.11. General fund, $16,265. General fund money market, $24,860.67. Fire department, $2,928.99. Court, $13,254.66. Bronze, $17,818.33. Construction, $22,491.38. CDBG, $62.94. One Georgia, $990.03. DOT, $2,547.68. The ticket, $200,000. Total on hand, $663,229.89. Overnight, we received $7,433.50 local option sales tax. $1,099.38 in the motor vehicle local option sales tax. In the under the block, we received $2,299.55 in motor vehicle tax for $942.33. In our DOT tax notice, we have no record of that because they haven't got bank statements. We collected $5,435.81 in city tax. Franchise from Comcast was $2,849.27.
Errors or omissions to the minutes? Stand approved as read. That all report we got. Report in this file.
Yeah.
Okay. We got a police report. Sir.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good.
We've had a quiet month last month, even by Glenwood standards. We had one gas drive off on the 15th from the flash and one on the 30th from the flash.
Out now.
Brian Screw stopped from Glenwood GA right close to Glenwood here, and he was at that 7 minute traffic. And he got his gate from whatever from the booking room, and they're hunting helicopter here in a few minutes. I'm gonna go around, help them a little bit with that. Manpower.
They got him to the jail and was booking him, and he gave him a cash bond.
Maybe this time.
Chief, you got a fire report?
Yes, sir. Sorry we missed y'all. We relocated Pineville to Warner Robins. Past couple weeks been kind of rough. Financial report, $4,000. $22.09. Since the last time I was here, we've had 3 first responders, 3 helicopter, 2 helicopter rescues, 2 brush fires, and 1 structure fire, and 1 vehicle. We've had some training classes come up. We had hazmat, had not first responder, had hazmat, had extrication, and man, I can't think what they call it.
But that first one we went to,
Yeah, that was the first one we went to. We had several firefighters show up for the class, and we had, as far as Glenwood, we've had more people with every class than anybody else. So we should be getting training. We don't have any live fire training scheduled up for right now. I'd like to thank the city council. They did pay for some meals during one of our classes we had up here. We appreciate that. And right now, as far as fundraisers, we had a meeting the other night, and the latest thing we've come up with, we've been thinking about when can we get the most people in town at one time, and pretty much thought about around Christmas break. That's when we got the majority of the people in town. They're already here. We can get a few vendors in the street. We can get rent out the park to the man, put in 3 or 4 rides over there. Fire department want to put up a hamburger hot dog stand to go along with that, sell drinks and shit. That'll be our
Questions? This amount of information we got, we have to keep this. I mean, we file all the paperwork, even working on the equipment, we have to have it.
They said that the paperwork had been turned over to the mail on the 26th.
We should get by this calculating, how much is about $6,000? We paid it out of general fund, and then they will reimburse us for it.
Thanks, sir.
Next thing, we got a couple of ladies here that asked to be on the agenda concerning paving a street. I think it's pretty self-explanatory here, but before we go, I'll get this. Everybody have what they're asking here, they're asking is Robinson Road, which is right beside their house, is dirt on 19 North. You turn him out to 19 North, they're right up here in the top. To the right there is Robertson Street, which is paved. Okay, they live actually on Robertson Road, which is just a little further out, and it goes back to the left. It runs beside their house and runs up into open field. Well, I appreciate your concern. We need to give them a copy of this too. We got everything. Can we copy of this? The bottom line is, ladies, I sympathize with you, but that road that you're requesting to be paved is not in the city limits. No, ma'am, it's not. You don't pay, it's on the tax side, yes, you don't pay city tax.
So what about the, Robinson across the 19, that's paved.
That's in the city limits.
So where's the city limit
I'll
line?
fix to show you, if you can
Okay.
get your map. I thought we had enough, we didn't.
So if we go, I think we can have it, lined off here, it says Robinson Street.
That's right. That's right across the road from front of your house. You see, you just a little further up on the left where you are. That's 19 Highway going out there. You
Yeah.
see the pond there.
Yeah.
See, the pond just barely is in the city limit. And the city is on a circle, it's not in a, it
Right,
don't run but straight
Okay,
necessarily
so
with the
it's-
street, it's on a circle.
cuts through it, yeah.
So, basically, you know, you're not in the city limit.
Okay, so.
You're gonna need to take that to the county.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because, it's a mess. I mean, if we have to pay for it, I would like to have some definite explanation.
Well, you probably need to just go to the county commission office and talk to them. You might wanna take that map with you, we'd have to give it to you.
Okay. And it's interesting because we had numerous meetings prior to this one, and this is the first that we're hearing that. So it's interesting that, you know, the county doesn't know that.
Right. Well, it's the first time you've asked us.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
All right.
They get city water and trash, that's the reason they cut it.
They're not on it.
They got their own well.
Yeah, we have it well.
Oh, well.
It's available, but they just don't have it.
Okay,
Don't pay no taxes either.
okay.
Okay, you're welcome to stay, but I mean, we got some more stuff to do. The Tony house, I thought we had maybe had it down by now, but John's equipment has been broke down, and first one thing or another, but it's on his schedule to get it, so we hadn't forgot it. We finally contacted, called the dig number, got a dig permit, natural gas come over here and so forth and so on. We got everything ready, but it hasn't been done yet, but it will be. The new well is, we got it grassed, they haven't got the fence up yet. We're not using it yet, they still like some tinkering. We had already abandoned the old well back there off 3rd Avenue, what the city had abandoned it. The city, we took the old scrap and all and took it, and I took it to Valdez, we get $300 for it. $382 worth of scrap iron out of it. And I carried it down there and it went in the water fund. The actual abandonment was in the contract, and the well driller, Samuel Martin, subbed that out to Buddy Adams. So Buddy busted all that concrete around it up there and around the casing, and then Sammy filled the casing in with concrete, and Buddy hauled some dirt and got it all leveled up and grassed up back there. So it's finally officially, you know, if you ride down through that alley, it's cleaned up. Buddy actually did the work, but now it wasn't anything to do with the city, that basically. Now, we had the water lines and all done back there. We did all that, but now the cleaning up back there that's been done, and the concrete busted up and hauled off was on Samuel Martin. That's part of the deal, so that's been completed. All that looking good back there. The new water lines are completed. Buddy's doing some dressing up now, trying to get grass back on some places and getting some hay on them. He's going around to all the valve boxes like he likes to, pouring a concrete around them, marking them where we can find them, and so forth and so on. You put steel valve boxes on all of them. We also had a problem up here in the Galveston division up there. Jimmy Pope's house was having problems with sewer stopping up, and the sewer line runs behind Jimmy's house, lanes back up where the Joe Brown's, and what had happened inadvertently, nobody had bothered to tell us, those cleanouts, several of them had got broken. Two of them's up there in Joe Brown's garden, basically, and that's where the trouble was. So after washing in there and coming on down to Jimmy's and Lane's and stopping them up, so I got those cleaned up. Got them clean, did the same thing there. We put some steel valve boxes around them, covers on them, 5 of them I think, and concrete around them. So that should stop that problem. I knew there had to be a problem, but it was stopping up at Lane's and the debris was getting up at Joe's. I don't know why nobody's bothered to tell us that, but anyway, that's taken care of. Good news, some of you already know, some of you don't. received notice that we were awarded the $500,000 grant. It'll be used to replace number 4 lift station, which is the one behind Jack Clark's house. And also to do some more troubleshooting on these water lines to try to find where this inflow's coming from. So I'm going Thursday and Friday to the actual ceremony is Saturday, Friday morning in Savannah to pick up one of the big checks, get a photo op. So I'll be going this week to get that. You actually can't, the money's not available until after October 1st. Now it'll be, I'm sure it'll be a year, because we got to, I got the contract from Hofstadter. I got a draft. I looked at it, and Harley George is looking at it now. I looked at it and said it's just a standard contract. They get, basically, engineering gets 12%. That's set by the government. It's nothing. It's you won't sign it in the next few days. But for the engineering fees, then of course they'll draw all the stuff up, and they'll actually take bids, you know, just like they did before. And they will, you know, normally the lowest bid gets it unless it's something wrong, it has to be bonded and insured and all that stuff. So that was good news, I thought.
Everybody happy.
We were lucky. The guy, Hofstadter said that I had a horseshoe in my back pocket. I said, well, I don't know about that. I made a lot of contacts and did a lot of lobbying for it. Sometimes I'd help, sometimes it don't. But it did this time. So we're going to get that. Been busy. We've been doing a lot of stuff. Everything's pretty smooth. It's been so hot. Got inmates this week, and we're behind. Normally we try to edge twice a year, but this year we're not going to edge but once. We usually try to edge in about June and about the fall, but we had to cut so much grass. But they're on the edge, and our board is edged these 2 blocks. The inmates are on this part. They're going to get it by the hospital in the morning. I've already contacted them once, and they're supposed to let y'all get the stuff out of the way in the morning. I talked to Cole. I'll make sure they get all that, get that edge. Then we're going to jump over on 19. That's always rough from the red light to the railroad, and then we'll get what we can. They had 6 inmates today, but it's just so hot. Once he gets past about 11 o'clock, it's rough. But we are getting it. But his hook's gonna get through. He's done a lot of work, but all that money's coming out of SPLOST. It's not, which is a good thing. It's still our money, and it still costs money, but it's not coming out of our general fund or out of our water fund. That's why those accounts have been able to hold up with us. How that SPLOST is a wonderful thing. If it wasn't for that, we'd be in trouble. That's all I have.
I have one question.
Sure.
And it is a question. Maybe the ladies or somebody can help me out with this, because I'm confused. The city charter sets the date of election as well as length of term, correct? Not Georgia state law.
No, not well. Originally, the original charter did, but the state now has changed the time of all municipal elections. They used to all run different times. Ours used to be in December, some were different times. But the state now, about 6-8 years ago, changed all that where all municipal elections are held in November.
But
And they're all up. Used to, years ago, they were 1-year terms. Then they got changed to 2-year terms. Some's 2, some's 4. Now the state has set it. All of them are 4-year terms.
okay.
And they're all set by the state, and the city elections, Alamo, Glenwood, Mount Vernon have elections all the same day.
Okay.
That was all changed by the state.
Well, I thought so too. And I asked 2 lawyers what their opinion was. And both lawyers said that in Georgia, the city sets both date and term. It may be a legal question and it may be something that we don't have an answer to today. However, due to the fact that our charter is from 1978, last updated, in the, if you want to pass one of those around, in the city charter, whoops, that's the wrong one. Here.
Wrong one?
Yeah, that's all right. It's all right. You can keep that one too. I was looking for something else and came across this. Basically, in the city charter, it says 1-year term, and the election to be held the second Saturday in December. I cannot find anything in Georgia state law to say anything otherwise. And again, two lawyer friends of mine have said that cities still to this day set their term. I'm confused, and if this is true, we got some problems. This was not something I was hunting for, but in research and in this manual, it says the same thing. So I just wanted to see what the consensus was.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I challenge you and your lawyers that you're talking to find me any city in the state of Georgia that has any election other than the times that we're having them now.
Okay. Fair enough. I know of no city that hasn't had their charter updated since 1978.
But you want to talk about charter or you want to talk about elections?
It's elections. This is a legal election issue.
You just running monkeys, Jim. That's ridiculous. Anything else you want to talk about that? I've addressed that question.
Fair enough. No, that's fine for tonight.
All right, good. Anybody got anything else? Anybody got anything else? Meeting